All right, guys, so the first palette I want to play with is the Queen's KUSH. And when you open her up, look how cute this palette is. So it has pinks, it has glitter shadows, and it has all these yellow. We have an orange here. I really want to go into the yellow really bad. I'm going to go into the shade called Grind It Up. This one right here, this hot pink magenta shade, and I'm going to place her right in the crease. Now for this particular look, I think I want to do something like a halo eye. That's what I was trying to say. I'm going to do a halo eye, and I am going to, ooh, that is bright. That is one thing, you guys, that I do want to let you guys know about Cara Beauty eyeshadows. They are pigmented, and they honestly, you guys, are great quality, and for the price, amazing. So like I said, this is just gonna go right in the crease. If you guys can tell, like, look at this pigment, like, wow. I am going into my Morphe M506 brush. I'm gonna use this as my guide. So first I'm gonna place this shade here. I am going in with more layers just so that it is very intense. And then what I'm going to do is take my Morphe M433 with no product. I am going to buff out this eyeshadow, the crease. My God, I am obsessed so far. And we've only played with one color. And we still have 2 more palettes to go. All right, guys, I'm starting to apply this shade called Bong. Yeah, Bong Hits. This one. This nice like corally orangey shade. And I'm using my Morphe M433. I am blending this right in the crease, close to the first shade that we placed. And we just want to make sure that it's nice and blended and that these both shades are blended. I do want to point out, you guys, that with Cara Beauty eyeshadows, they blend very well together, and sometimes it's really hard to find a good palette that you can put a purple eyeshadow and then blend it in with a yellow or a green. Sometimes it's super hard to find a palette where colorful, bright colors work very well together when you blend them. In their palettes, I have noticed that they blend so bomb, like so freaking good. So obviously there's no other deeper shade than this one. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start to take this shade right in the inner and the outer corners because we are doing a halo eye. I will say though that I wish it had a darker, like more of a purpley dark plum shade or a dark red where I can intensify the crease a little bit more. I can still create my halo eye, but it would be nice to have just one more darker shade there. For the outer corner, I'm gonna use my Morphe M433, and I'm just gonna place this right here towards the outer corner. What I'm gonna do next is take my Urban Decay Eden Primer, and I'm gonna start to cut my crease. Now we're only gonna focus this in the center of the lid. So we're not doing a half cut crease, we're literally going in as an halo eye. I'm gonna take this brush, you guys, that I always use to blend out the harsh lines. This is super important, so that way once we go in with the pink again, we get an easy blend. Taking that Morphe M433, going back into Grind It Up, I am just going to tap. I'm gonna go back into, you guys, to Bong Hits, the one that we used earlier for like the crease, and we're just gonna bring that up and put it right next to the shade that we've just placed. It has like this nice corally shade to it. It's so pretty. I think I'm gonna go into this one, this one. And then for the inner corner, I'm gonna go into the yellows. Yeah, let's do that because I really wanna go into at least one yellow. And I feel like the yellow would really pop right in the middle or the inner corners. So let's do that. So as you guys can see here, look at that. Okay, so I'm gonna place this right down the middle. Wow, that's gorgeous. With this eyeshadow, it already has like something in it that makes it stick to the eye. I don't know how to pronounce those type of eyeshadows, so you don't really have to go in with a glitter adhesive. All right, guys, so I'm gonna go into this. This is the Color Canvas Paint multi-use cream from Hank and Henry. They actually sent me a bunch of these not that long ago, and I've been really liking them. So I'm gonna go into the yellow because the yellow in this palette is not bright enough. So that's the reason why I'm going into this. And I placed it already on this eye. And then I applied the Stoner Babe shade right in the inner corner. All right, guys, so I finished this eye off camera because I just wanted to make sure where I was heading with this. I'm gonna go ahead and in my waterline, I am gonna go into Morphe's 9 to 5. Now this is a lip pencil, but I love to use it as a eyeliner. So this goes right in my waterline and it's safe to use in your waterline. So you won't go blind, I promise. And then for the bottom, I'm gonna go into another lip pencil from ColourPop, and this one is called I Heart This. So like I said, I'm gonna run this right here towards the lower lash line. And then what I'm gonna do is take this brush from Bella and the NG352 brush with no product. I'm just going to buff this out. And then I'm gonna go into this brush from Time Los Angeles, the number 205. And I went into the shade Skunky. Hopefully I'm saying that right. This one right here. And this one's gonna go right underneath here. And that's pretty much it. And then I'm gonna just slap on a pair of lashes, you guys. And then I'm not gonna do my lips just because we're only focusing on the eyes. So let me go and just slap on the lash and then I'll give you guys my thoughts on this palette. All right, guys, so here is look number 1 with the Queen's KUSH Queen's KUSH palette. So my face might look pretty weird because I don't have a lip color on, but that's okay. We are here for the eyeshadow and not the rest of my face. So my thoughts really quick, you guys, on this palette. It's definitely super youthful, really cute, but am I like super obsessed with it? No, I definitely would say that the colors, the pinks, the yellows are absolutely beautiful. They blended out very well. I just kind of wish that the yellow, like especially this one, Stoner Babe, I wish that it was more bright and true to its color. Y me quedé con las ganas with playing with this eyeshadow. So I might use this palette maybe one more time because I really want to go into that glittery yellow shade. But overall, you guys, the eyeshadow look makes me feel like Barbie, you know what I mean? Like I love the glitter. I absolutely am obsessed with their glitter shadows. So I think the palette that I'm going to go into next is the Cara Confidential palette. And I've already done a look on this on my Instagram, but I don't mind going in and playing with it one more time. So, okay, I'll be right back and then we will continue with this palette right here. All right, guys, so I am back and you know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna apply some setting powder underneath my eyes. I should have not done my face makeup. I should have just done the eyes. I'm just gonna apply a lot of powder, so I'm gonna look a little crazy. So I'm gonna go into my Morphe M433, you guys, and I am going to start off with the shade called Puff Puff, this dark purple shade right here, and she is going to go into the outer corner of my eye. So we're gonna start to place it just right here, and we are going to darken this up. Now I really want to try my best to just keep it right here. So pigmented, and like I said, I've already played with this eyeshadow palette, so I know how good this one is. They did such a great job with this particular eyeshadow palette. Next, you guys, I'm gonna go into the shade called Perps, this one, and still using the same Morphe M433. And with this one, you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and bring it in right here in the inner corner and then towards the outer corner. And what we're doing is just moving this eyeshadow all the way in here into the crease. The eyeshadow look that I kind of want to go for is something more wearable. I don't want to make it too complicated because I already played with this palette and created something super dramatic. So I want to go in and create something more wearable that you guys can recreate at home. All right, and now I'm gonna go into the shade called Hut Ends, this one right here. A nice like lavender, light lavender shade, still using that Morphe M433. And I'm gonna place it right in the inner corner. Ooh, that color's pretty. All right, so for the all over the lid, you guys, I'm gonna go into the shade called Stoned, this glittery, like shimmery eyeshadow. And I am going to get my brush wet and picking up that, right? And we're just gonna place this all over the lid. It looks iridescent, like it's so pretty. Kind of reminds me like of a topper, like, oh, that's gorgeous. All right, guys, I'm going into the Beauty Creations. This is one of their Dare to Be Bright gel pencil in the shade Plum. So what I started doing is just running this towards the lower lash line. I'm also applying it in my waterline just to match what we have in the crease. Do apologize if this look seems a little rushed. I just don't want to bore you guys too much. For the under eye, I'm going to go back into that shade called Puff Puff and just run it towards the lower lash line. And then going back into Confidential, I'm gonna run it using that same brush from Time Los Angeles. And I'm just running this right underneath that purple shade. All right, guys, so here we have look number 2 using the Cara Confidential palette, which I will definitely say, you guys, off the bat, this is definitely one of my favorite palettes out of the entire collection so far. All right, so with that, I'm gonna go ahead and remove this eyeshadow look, and then we're gonna go into our last palette. I know I look a little crazy, but we are at the final palette that I'm gonna be playing with you guys today. So again, this one is called the CALI Slush palette. So I'm thinking of doing something like a green smoky eye. So I'm going to be picking up my Morphe M441 brush, and I'm going to start off with the shade called Joints, this one. And this one's going to be our transition shade. My lids are literally burning because I always just do one eyeshadow look. I never do more than one in a day. So right now they're like, what's going on? All right, guys, this green eyeshadow is absolutely beautiful. Really am liking this green shadow. I'm going into my Morphe M433, and I picked up the shade called KUSH Lungs. KUSH Lungs. Sorry, I do not smoke, so I have no idea how to pronounce that. So this is gonna go right in our crease. Ooh, this color is beautiful. Oh yes, so pretty. So we're just gonna place this here. I'm gonna take my Sigma, the E55 brush, and for all over the lid, I really wanna go into this dark green shade called Re-Up, this one. And as you guys can see too, it has like a little bit of like glitter in it. So I am going to pick some of that up, and I'm going to run it all over the lid. I really want like a green smoky eye with this particular look for today. This eyeshadow palette, you guys, definitely has more fallout than the last two that I was playing with. Just an FYI. For the under eye, I'm gonna go into this eyeliner from Charlotte Tilbury, the double-ended eyeliners, and then in my waterline as well to make it look nice and smoky. To set this under eye, you guys, I'm gonna go back into the shade called Kush Lungs. And I'm just going to run this underneath here. All right, guys, so this is look number 3. Super simple. I went into the CALI Slush palette. So I honestly want to say, you guys, that I kind of still want to go back in and play with this a little bit more and create another look with this palette. Like, I don't know why, like it's calling to me. Like, I really want to go back in and play with it some more. So hands down right now, I think the only palettes that I really love and that I definitely recommend to you guys are for sure Cara Confidential. This one's my top #1 pick. She is so stunning, and I really love CALI Slush too, even though I feel like I can still get more use out of her and create some more gorgeous looks with it. Not to say that Queen's KUSH is not a good palette. I just feel like it was okay, you know what I mean? The eyeshadow quality, you guys, overall is honestly amazing, as you guys saw earlier. The only downfall about this palette is that I wish that the yellows were a little bit more brighter. But other than that, it's also a great palette. I love this Knocker Outer eyeshadow. Definitely love their glitter formula in these particular eyeshadows. But overall, you guys, I definitely recommend Cara Beauty as a brand. brand. I feel like their eyeshadow quality is seriously so stunning, amazing, and honestly, they never really disappoint. I've been using Cara eyeshadows quite some time, a few times actually here on my channel. So I will link their website down below for you guys if you want to check them out. I definitely recommend their palettes. And of course, I want to talk to you guys about their price point. It's seriously super affordable, and it literally blows my mind because these eyeshadow palettes have really great quality, and the fact that the price is also, you know, priced right, like that is a huge plus, because I know that makeup can get super expensive, and finding the perfect eyeshadow palette without breaking the bank is super hard. I do apologize if this video felt super rushed. I just didn't want to bore you guys and take so much time on the eyeshadow. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for being here and for showing constant love and support. I will catch you guys on Thursday for another video. Besitos, I love you, and take care. Bye guys.